He was in a box. And I was on box on the floor.
It was Beautiful Mary. Now, feast 3.
Oh. He went back in his box. He was in a box.
It was a feast for the eyes.
It was a feast for something. I'm sitting on a cushion this time.
We were right that it continued to get crazier, which is good. It was like a nice...
They're just like introducing new characters like halfway through the film. Like, oh, by the way, here's this guy now. He'll be fix that. He'll be dead in like 3 scenes. Oh, there's this girl now for some reason. This guy died, but he's still
ninja guy gets his arms, removed.
Both of his arms cut off. Someone gets stepped on by a robot.
Yeah, right at the end. It's just like, oh, we survived. Oh,
like,
no, killer robot.
A big mech walks by and steps on the last
And then you got like a guy coming in and
mariachi singer.
Yeah,
who summarized the plot of all 3 of the movies in Spanish.
Just in case you didn't watch them in a row like we did, which is very polite of them.
So that was that.
This film has a very even grade of madness grade. You know, if this was a video game, it would have a very, nice difficulty grade. That it starts off mad and just gets madder and madder and madder. But
the fact that it felt like there wasn't 3 different movies in the thing. It was like the second movie ran long, and so they just cut it into 2.
So a bit like
the Hobbit, kind of.
Toxic Avenger 2 and 3 were like that.
Yeah.
It was literally one film. But yeah, you could see this as a prologue with 2 films that are more connected, because all the survivors from the first one sort of didn't come back for the second, but then they resurrected the bartender and he was in the other one.
Apparently he's the director's dad, so.
Yeah.
So the 3 people who survived, who drove away at the end of Feast 1, apparently just went off to live their lives. We assume.
Good for them.
The pool hustler, the prostitute, and the pool hustler's younger brother. So.
Yep, they just gone. On this one, all the cast in the last one it looked like they were going to die at the end of the second one, and then this one they're just inexplicably alive again. But they sort of reinforced that in a bizarre way by showing that they're all about to die, but then they're not, because Feast doesn't give a fuck.
Aye.
And like one of the guys he was in a trash can which got blown up. The explosive was inside the trash can with the guy, and he got thrown across the fucking street, by the explosion. But he's fine.
Yeah, and the biker gang was eventually reduced to 0.
Yeah,
so that's them.
Then you got
there's this like guy, the Prophet, who on the back of the I ruined it. I'll fix it. Who on the back of the box is called Shot Bus Gus, but is introduced as Short Bus Gus, and apparently he has. It looks like he has
spelling mistake.
Yeah, because he but it's like a lot more offensive because he has it looks like he has something like a cerebral palsy.
Yeah.
So like I know in America the connotation of the short bus. Do you guys have that here?
No, but we know. I know what you mean.
Apparently he has the power to like keep the beasts away, but actually it's just the feedback from his hearing aid. Have you ever heard someone's hearing aid get feedback and goes, nee, and they can't hear it, but everybody else can? You're like, oh, what's the noise?
And then you've got the continuing thing of having a different kind of being raped by these creatures continued. Like the first one, it's just this woman. Yeah. Second one, it's a cat. And the third one...
No, the second one, and the third one... Does the guy get raped in the second one or the third one? Third one, okay. Then he got raped.
This big guy gets raped, and then he basically it inseminates him like with a face hugger, but up the ass, and another one bursts out of him. And
it's like him, a hybrid now.
Yeah, so it's like half the guy and half the monster, and his giant pendulous testicles smack into the camera as he runs past. That was kind of
funny. I'm pretty sure that was on purpose. But yeah, and then there's
definitely knew what it wanted to be.
His coworker who was cheating with his wife. Well, she dies very late on, but he ended up with like a pipe going through his head, like Phineas Gage. Yeah, and he was still alive, and then
somehow
the boss car salesman.
Phineas Gage was still alive too.
Yeah,
they should have made a joke about making him really nice in the third one.
But Phineas Gage also got like immediate medical treatment where they were like, well, sure, it'll be grand. He was crawling through sewers with other Oompa
This is true, but it would have been funny because Phineas Gage's personality changed if this guy's personality changed between films. Because he was a dick in the second one who killed the baby, and this one he should have been like a really brave, kind, sort of nice person.
Yeah, but then he got killed by the hybrid thing, who was the original Secret Woman's husband. It's very complicated.
It's like a soap opera with ridiculous deaths.
Yeah. So...
I discovered that Ben Affleck and Matt Damon apparently executive produced the original because it was done through Project Greenlight.
Something they can be proud of. I don't know, I just feel kind of like we just watched a very long movie.
Yeah.
Throughout the day. Like, I don't feel like I've gained anything, like any kind of enlightenment, or I just kind of like, oh.
Now you know that the Feast trilogy is fucking hilarious.
Oh. There you go. See, now I've done a movie marathon with you, and oh my god, it's enveloping me. And so now you can't be like, you never watch movies with me.
You never do.
That's true, I don't. What are you doing behind my head? Oh.
I've got a copy of Naked Weapon here. Because Haganista wants me to review it, so I got a copy of it. I previously got a copy of it, but it was broken, and now I got another copy in the hope that I can finally watch it to confirm that it would make a good review, because if it's like Naked Killer, then fuck yeah.
Are you going to have me do the dubbing again?
If it is like Naked Killer and it's got bad dubbing, abso-fucking-lutely.
Nice. I did the dubbing for that. And here's the thing, we arranged that from different countries. I read the script, and I made the I did the voiceovers, and then did you actually like have it playing as you?
No. I tried to do that. It didn't work at all because it was a recording. It sounded off.
Yeah, but I thought like you could like sync up your mannerisms to.
No, what I did was I recorded myself saying the actual lines like that without using my voice, but keeping everything else silent. So I didn't have. It wasn't like I removed the audio of the room, and then I dubbed your one over my one. I tried to get a recording of your lines playing through the computer onto the thing, but because we went through a speaker, it
was totally ruined.
Yeah, the audio quality was severely off.
Oh, I did a good job though.
I believe in the flubs you can see some footage of me sort of flailing around, saying the lines but not actually saying them.
I think the best part was when Nicola pops up with a little teddy bear. Because I don't know why, but...
That was a completely different line.
I sound like a Skeksis.
Your was a completely different line, and I put it in there because I needed something for that movement.
Oh, that's good. But anyway, so we did... Feast? What country was this made in? When was this done? Who was responsible?
2005, 2008, 2000 and something else.
Sometimes it's Canadian, though.
Nah, this is America. Did this look like it was filmed in Canada?
I don't know.
It's way too warm looking to be Canada.
Yeah, but here's
even Canada in the summer.
Yeah, but like in the plains of Canada and like the Midwest of Canada, it looks pretty much like the Midwest of America. You do know that, right? It's not all like
Canada.
Pine trees and cities.
No, this is far more southern United States.
Yeah, but it could have been in like the oil country of Canada.
No.
Well, I think you're wrong. But yeah, so this is American.
It's basically.
Oh no, Harvey Weinstein is next executive producer. That's why there was so much rape.
That's because of Project Greenlight, probably. But this basically the thing that this reminds me of most is like a Robert Rodriguez if he was dropped on his head.
Yeah, like it was. It didn't seem to know what it was going for. It was like kind of a little bit too classy to be Trauma. But then, like, a little bit too gross out funny to be serious. Like, you just assumed that everybody was going to die, so you didn't care about anyone breathing. It's kind of like Game of Thrones.
It was a snobby Trauma.
A snobby Trauma?
It was like Trauma.
Posh Trauma, like
Trauma with a brandy, with a brandy.
And a smoking jacket made from human flesh.
Just imagine if the bartender had been played by Lloyd Kaufman.
That would have been fantastic.
In fact, any character played by Lloyd Kaufman, up to and including those, naked bikers who were the entire third film just naked.
Not really minding. It's kind of like, well, guess we're naked now. That's life when you're a lesbian biker.
Yeah, all the biker women all had to strip off naked, but the men didn't.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. That was necessary.
The lead biker didn't have to.
Oh yeah, because she was the lead biker.
Yeah. Anyway, and she also seemed to like have statistically less wrinkles in the third one than the second. She looked younger, actually.
That's because Feast Monster blood is an excellent way for skin. It's an excellent moisturizer.
So, yeah.
It was a feast for the eyes.
It was nothing like that. I feel like we actively wasted time. I retro-aged.
She feels dumber for having watched it.
I don't have to call it a taxi.
But it was awesome. It was fun, gore, horror, comedy thing. You could something like Evil Dead 2, but with a healthy dose of some kind of drug, probably.
Yeah, but Evil Dead 2 kind of, I don't know, had a different understanding of what exactly it was.
That's where the drug thing comes in.
Fair enough.
In order to describe something, you've got it's never an exact science. You comparing it to other things.
Oh. Well, it wasn't a waste because we filmed an episode of You Probably Shouldn't Cook This yesterday.
Actually, I can think of one film comparison that is an exact science, and that is that Event Horizon is Solaris plus Death Ship. Death Ship, the early 80s horror movie, and Solaris, the Russian film from the 60s. Not the George Clooney version, but you put them together, you get fucking Event Horizon. I watched at one point I did want to do a little video, which was just movie math, trying to come up with like mathematical formulas.
Do that because that's the kind of thing that will get picked up like by IO9.
So mathematical formulas for films.
100,000 views in the first 5 minutes. No, that's not like that. But so that's been our journey, our odyssey, and we thank you for coming along with it. Actually, you didn't really have to do shit except watch the playlist, really, but...
And, statistically speaking, you're a human being, and the amount of human beings on the planet, statistically speaking, you did not watch this if you are a human being, because there's 7 billion of them, and this is going to get, like, at most 1,000 views. And that's being generous.
Then that's statistically significant, that population, then, out of the whole entirety of the population.
So the chances are you didn't actually watch this, statistically.
So, yeah, but then who's going to go off and, like, watch the whole trilogy so they can comment? They go, well, actually, Hagan, I did. I watched the whole thing.
No, statistically speaking, they didn't watch this video.
Oh, well.
Because 7 billion humans, 1,000 at most people watched this, so the chances that you actually watched this are astronomically small.
Out of the entirety of the population, you have to factor some things out. Factor out people who are too old, too young, no internet connection,
I'm trying to convince them that they're going mad and they're not actually watching this.
Science wrong. We're done here. Thank you for Feast. Feast with us. This Thanksgiving for all of you and yours.
Feast!